Well, obviously it's a lovely experience being here in Deauville. I have to say it's also a great experience being in Lexington at Keeneland, but they're all very different. I mean, in Lexington, it's a big area, you can go around all the stud farms and things, but I mean, I think there's a mixture. Some take them back to America to race, some enjoy having them in France, coming to watch them run here. It's become quite popular with American buyers to bring horses back to America. So War of Will was another that Norman Williamson had, who I think won the Preakness in America, and there have been one or two others that have gone over and done well. So yeah, I think each sale has its different characteristics, and it's not hard to see why people want to come to Deauville. Keeneland September, it will be the biggest sale of any type in the world. There's nearly 4,700 horses, nearly 2 weeks, starting on the Monday the 8th of September all the way through to the 20th of September. Obviously there's a mixture in Keeneland of horses that will race on dirt and turf as well. They go to all sorts of different places around the world. I mean, we call it the World Yearling Sales, so you'll find an American Triple Crown winner like Justify was sold there. The English 2,000 guineas winner, Ruling Court, was sold as a yearling and then resold here at ARQANA. Norman Williamson obviously bought him and did well. And he was actually the second 2,000 guineas winner in the last 6 years. Kamiko was another by Kitten's Joy. Yeah, they obviously go on and win a lot of the good races in America, and we've had recent winners of things like the Saudi Cup, the Dubai World Cup, big races in Australia, Korea. We had the champion horse in Sweden last year, Twirling Ghost, the top thoroughbred in Dubai, Tuz and things. So yeah, I think it really does justify the billing as the world's yearling sale. I think one of the differences in America from perhaps Europe is there's less owner breeders. So more of the best yearlings actually go through the sales each year. So you're more likely to find a Triple Crown winner perhaps at the sales in America. We had a very strong yearling market last year, so I think people perhaps held on to their good foals last year. So they're selling them as yearlings this year, which is making it perhaps even stronger than normal, the catalogue. And I know our team in America inspect sort of over 3,000 yearlings, and everyone says it every year, how they're a great crop, but they really did. I'd be chatting with them and they were saying, gosh, we've just been to this farm and they're a great bunch of horses. And I think there's plenty that will work for European buyers as well, and increasingly the Gulf region have done very well buying there, and they're keen on both dirt and turf horses. So the horses are there, and there's some good stallions coming through that work in Europe. I mean, Justify's the obvious one. I think we have 77 yearlings by Justify in the sale, and he, as I mentioned, Ruling Court before, City of Troy last year. In France, you've had Ramatuelle. We had Scandinavia won the Group 1 in Goodwood just recently, and yeah, I mean, he's proving just able to get really those top-notch horses in Europe as well as elsewhere. So I think they'll appeal to a lot of the buyers that come here. But there's a sort of huge variety of stallions on offer. There'll be a lot of interest in the first crop of Flightline. They sold well in Saratoga. I think we've got 64 in the catalogue by Flightline. And I was lucky enough to be at the Breeders' Cup at Keeneland to see him win, and it was just staggering to watch. So he had an amazing lot of mares, so there'll be huge interest in those. Keeneland sponsored the Phoenix Stakes at the Curragh, which was last weekend. So I was there with Kia Jarabshan of Ammo Racing, one of our very good clients, and we know him very well. And I was with him after he won the race with Power Blue, and Wesley Ward had called him and just told him, God, the work was just amazing from outfielder. This is a brilliant, brilliant horse. So, I mean, I haven't seen him race, but I think, yeah, I saw the video and obviously looks very special. So, no, I think that's going to add a lot of interest to the pre-morning. Well, that's a very good question, and it's something everybody is asking. From what I've read, and I don't know for sure, it seems to be on where they were born. So a French or Irish bred horse in the EU, there'd be a 15% tariff. A UK British bred horse, 10%. And if it's American bred, there'd be no tariff. That seems to be the case at the moment. But on the counter side, if someone from France was buying at Keeneland in September, there's no tariff bringing the horse back. And the exchange rate this year is far better than the year before. So and there's no tariffs coming to Britain. So actually, it's quite a good year to be looking in America. The obvious one where everyone seems to go now is the Drakkar under the new management. Is excellent food. I ate there last night, and it's always been a great gathering place for all the visitors. I like the Quatre in Deauville as well. And then in Lexington, well, there's some great steakhouses. There's one called Jeff Ruby's that has great glitz to it and things. But my favourite is going to be a very appropriate answer called Le Deauville. That's genuinely the truth, not which is owned by a Frenchman called Mark, and it is more European style food. It has great character, a little place, and that would actually be my favourite in Lexington. But there's a huge variety of places to eat, as you could imagine. The seafood here is particularly good. There's a soup, well, it's more like a stew thing called burgoo, which is a very traditional Kentucky dish that warms you up in the winter, that's sort of made with sort of mixed meat and things. And then Keeneland's very famous for its bread pudding. You might have to go and walk around a lot of barns afterwards, but you certainly never starve at Keeneland, but there's plenty of good offerings there.